Hello again and welcome back to March Payne's Midlife Dolly Crisis. So today I am going to be not so much unboxing but unravelling or unveiling a doll which I bought. This is a second-hand doll. If you've seen the title of the video you already know which doll it is. It is a Sindy doll, but it's not a Sindy doll that you'd expect me to buy because it's not the kind of the classic faced Sindy. So I have a Sindy here. This is the Sindy that I grew up with this sort of face. So she's got a sort of a baby face almost. She has got rooted eyelashes. She has sort of like a cupid bow, sort of like lip. Facially, this is kind of the Sindy that I like and that I have fond memories of. They changed her up, I think, towards the end of the 80s. And then after they changed her, they then changed her again so that she looked very similar to Barbie, and I believe there was some suing involved, or at least a court case, and they sort of pared it back and they changed her again so she looked a bit less like Barbie, but she was still kind of like she was a million miles away from this doll. Basically, she no longer resembled the Sindy which I remembered. I bought this doll because she was a good price. She was actually listed as a Barbie, but I recognised her as kind of a new Sindy. So let's open her up and see, and we can actually compare her to the original, or at least, you know, that previous version of her. So we have a few extra bits with her, which is quite nice. Oh, crap, I didn't expect that. There's also this, which I'm not really sure. I think she was part of a dog walking doll. She's actually got some weird thing in her hand, which I'm guessing is what the sort of the dog lead was attached to. I mean, we'll try and ignore that maybe. She's still got clicky legs? No, I don't think she does have clicky legs. That's weird, isn't it? Anyway, she seemed like she was in good condition. I really liked the outfit that she was wearing. Her face obviously is very different to this face here. She's actually also taller. So presumably she's probably more in the proportion of a Barbie. So I'm guessing that back then you could have probably put the same clothes that Barbie was in on this doll. Let me give you a close-up of her face, just so you can see what's happening. So, here she is. I will tell you what year she is in a second, because I'm hoping it's actually on the back of her head, but it might not be. So, this is kind of like this version. This is this version. There's obviously a lot of changes that have happened. Let me see if I can find any sort of date on her. No, there's no date on the back of her head, which is not helping me at all. Let me get some of this stuff off and see if there's any sort of date on her at all. Hi, I'm back. So, I couldn't see a date on her anywhere. I also couldn't actually remove this. It's very strange. I'm sure I can get it off. There was another thing that I noticed on her when I was trying to remove this. And that is that on her side, she's got this kind of strange, now it almost looks like gills that she's got. Actually, let me try and remove this whole thing and then we can have a proper look. I'm going to take her shoes off as well. Okay, so here she is in all her glory. She is the dog walker Sindy, and she's basically from '92. The kind of set was called Sindy and GoGo. GoGo was the dog, which obviously I didn't get with this doll. Pretty much the outfit that she was in was what she was wearing. On her side, she's got this strange thing here that does look like gills. I'm sure it isn't. I'm not sure what's meant to happen. I think possibly she was meant to walk. I'm not sure how. she does have a kind of a loose waist there. This is hard plastic, including the arms. The arms are also hard plastic. It almost looks like the arms are meant to bend up, but I don't think they are. I think maybe she had kind of like a weird stride thing going on where her legs would move maybe, and her arms would move as well, but I don't know. This intrigues me. I don't really know what it's meant to do. I should have done research really, shouldn't I? But you know me. So I'm not really sure why it's got this thing here. As I say, there's also a thing in the hand there. Now this would have been the hand that she was holding the kind of the dog sort of leash thing in. So I know that it was something that fitted in there and then the leash came off that. I'm presuming it just kind of clipped in there. But yeah, so articulation wise for this one at least, and obviously this is not a regular one, this is the dog walker one. Her head will move kind of back and forth like that, and obviously go up and down. She does have quite a long neck. Her arms just go back and forth, they don't go anywhere else. That was probably pretty standard, I think, in those days. It's kind of like the sort of 90s. I mean, it was early 90s, so you know, I'm sure Barbie didn't have that much articulation either. Her waist moves, her legs do move as well. They do go back and forth. She does have clicky knees as well. They were actually already clicked, so they do click twice, which is not dissimilar to the original Sindy. I'm presuming because of the sort of the height gain, that a lot of the clothes from the previous Sindy lines will fit her, but might seem kind of shorter, I suppose. Her feet have got kind of, I think, stainage on them, probably from these boots that she might have had on for a while. They're kind of like pink stained there. She kind of has high heel feet, but not as we would know it necessarily. They're kind of a bit odd looking, to be honest. But you can obviously see where I'm coming from with the idea that they were trying to make her into basically Barbie. And I do have a Barbie here. Now this probably would have been around the same time, but I'm not 100% sure what kind of Barbie this one is. Height-wise, they are very similar, if not the same. Articulation-wise also, they're kind of the same in that, you know, the arms will literally just go back and forth. Yeah, so the Barbies also had clicky legs as well. I do need to clean this girl up. She was actually a gift from a friend. But I can kind of understand why Mattel were probably not very happy that suddenly Sindy was looking completely not like Sindy and was looking more like a Barbie doll. But I guess it's kind of really hard to sort of copyright a look. I don't know. Anyway, I think it was all kind of settled, I think eventually out of court, and they kind of modified the Sindy so that she didn't look quite as similar as Barbie. But I'm not sure if this is before they did that or after they did that. Let's pop this Barbie away. Hopefully she'll get her own video very soon. But also, yeah, we've got these other items here. Now, I'm not convinced that all these are actually for Sindy. This looks a bit big. I'm going to put it on her and we'll see. Maybe it is for her, but it seems very broad. Or this might be a Paul outfit. Paul, for those who don't know, is Sindy's boyfriend. The original Paul looked nothing like Sindy. You think they'd at least have some sort of similarity. Is that for her? It looks very big. It looks very big. And then we've got these kind of shorts. I'm not really that keen. It doesn't really work, does it? To be honest, it's fine, as I do actually really like the whole kind of like the jumpsuit, and this jacket is kind of one of the nicer pieces, I think, and it goes really well with that. The belt, unfortunately, is a little bit broken, but it will still kind of go around her waist and will pretty much sort of stay there. And it's also got these, which are sort of dog charms hanging from it. And there's a loose one as well, which is here. I might be able to reattach that somehow. But yeah, that was kind of loose in the packaging. She did also come with these bracelets, but I don't know if they were originally hers. To be honest, they don't look dissimilar to ones that I've got with my gem dolls, so there might be... She might be a bit of a hodgepodge, I'm not sure. But yeah, so there's bracelets there. The boots are actually really cute. They're these ones here. They're quite light, they're quite sort of plasticky, and a bit rubbery because they're a bit squishy. But that's fine, she can put those back on. So the other item I've got is this. I think... Oh, what is this? That's very strange. Is that some kind of... Maybe that's a skirt, is it? It almost looks like it should be a turban or something, because of the sort of the frilling, the ruching at the front. This is very odd. I mean, I'm presuming, although her body might be slightly different because of this whole dog walking gimmick thing that they did, that the proportions of her body are probably still the same as the other Sindys would have been of that era, rather than, oh, here's a completely random shaped doll. So I'm guessing that anything that they could wear, she could also wear. I don't really understand what's happening with this skirt. Also the rubbery legs as well. They're still rubber, so although the rest of her is sort of a hard plastic, and again, this might just be because of this sort of specific gimmick, the actual legs are still kind of like a rubber, so it's hard to get things on and off. But yeah, I'm guessing that's probably for her. I don't know. It's a very short skirt, but you know, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that it is meant to be a skirt. I'm presuming it has to be a skirt. It can't be anything else, unless it is a turban. But then it's going to be too big for her head, unless it covers your whole face, which I don't think is a thing. The other thing I should have pointed out is that her earrings are also in the shape of dogs. There we go. So she does have both her earrings in, and they are, as I say, in the shape of like sort of Scotty dogs, I suppose, or sort of Westies. She is actually very pretty. She's pretty as a doll. As a Sindy, I just don't understand. Her hair is actually really nice as well. It's very soft. Obviously, it's very, very blonde, which, you know, I'm not averse to, but she just, for me, isn't really a Sindy. I'm glad that I got her, because I got her quite a good price as well. So, oh yes, and sorry, this is, I think this is definitely for her. It's a very bright sort of swimming costume. It could do with a bit of a wash, I think. Probably most of the things could. But yeah, so that is her. I may try and get some pictures. I'm going to cover her up for now because she doesn't really deserve it, does she, to be naked for the whole world to see. What do you think of her? So she is... Sindy and GoGo was the kind of the set that she was from. Obviously GoGo was the dog, which I don't have. Let me know if you had them when you were growing up. And also let me know what the gimmick was. I'm sure I could look it up, but it might be more... It'd be quicker if you told me, maybe. What do you think of this Sindy in compared to the original Sindy? Obviously, she is very different looking. You can understand why people probably prefer the one that they grew up with. So for many of us, this will be the Sindy. But for younger folk, this is probably the one that they remember. So yeah, let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And also share the video if you know anyone who might like this kind of content. And I will see you in the next video. So until the next time, from me and from Sindy, and Barbie here. Bye, bye, bye.